watching the Highlight Zone with Wayne 15 Sports Director Glenn Marini. Local sports coverage you can count on.
There's 4 teams tied for first right now in the SAC, and clearly it's a big game. It's going to be packed, it's going to be fun, so it's a must-game win for us.
We haven't beat Carroll this year since I've been at Snider, and I'm looking forward to do that.
You know, they're going to be well coached. You know, Coach Beasley does a nice job. They're going to be put together. They're going to be fundamental, and they're going to try to do what they do.
They have far better athletes than we have. Their players are really gifted and talented and good. It's going to be a struggle.
Well, as the saying goes, all good things must come to an end, and that is even true here in the Highlight Zone universe. Yeah, it's the final Friday for boys-girls basketball doubleheaders. It's because sectional play for the ladies begins next week. Now, tonight, the SAC boys taking center stage, and Colton Howard joins you now with your Highlight Zone Game of the Week. Colton.
Hey Glenn, coming into the night, there was a 4-way tie for first in the SAC. Among that quartet, Carroll and Snider. Both the Chargers and the Panthers 4-1 in conference play. That's why Snider at Carroll, it's your Highlight Zone Game of the Week. These two teams met in the SAC Holiday Tournament Championship game on December 28th. Chargers winning 60-49. First quarter kickout to Raymond Vollmer in the corner for 3. Oh yeah! And Carroll opens up the game with a triple. But Snider getting the last laugh of the quarter. Carson Jenkins lets it go at the buzzer, knocks it down. We still got 3 quarters left. Snider leading by 4. Second quarter, Jenkins picking up where he left off, another 3. Man's burning the place down. Snider goes up by 8. Snider dominating the second quarter. John Barnes lobs one to Michael Ely, finishes it with the jam. Student section raising the roof. Time winding down in the second. Time for one shot. Ryan Preston knocks it down, giving Carroll some momentum going into the half. Down 9 at the half. Carroll turning things around. Richie Gross makes this one a 1-point game, and Carroll fans going crazy. Late in the quarter number 4, Jalen Jackson puts the 1-2 step on his defender, drains the shot, giving Carroll its first lead since early on. Snider down by 1, down low to Dylan Duff. Money, the post move. Bank is open for business, giving the Panthers a 1-point lead, and Snider holds on to the win, 56-55.
He was saying, we've worked too hard for this. Every day in practice, coming in every single day, working as hard as we do. We deserve this game, and I think, coming out with the win, we deserve that. I just got it and shot it. Mamba mentality.
As a culmination of all the work that we put in, we play with that sense of urgency like the game's supposed to be ours. We practice so hard, and we say, practice like you've never won, play like you've never lost. And credit the guys, obviously. I mean, they play with a toughness and yet a composure and ability to hit big shots down the stretch to get the job done on the road.
Next up, Carroll playing Huntington North next Thursday, while Snider hosting Dwenger on Tuesday. Glenn, back to you.
All right, thank you very much, Homestead. Hungry to stay in that SAC title race. The Spartans hosting Northwood in the first quarter. It's Northwood out hot. Quaylen Pettis for 2 nights to see him healthy. Began the season recovering from a football injury, but Homestead's Andrew Leeper couldn't get deeper. He beats the buzzer at the end of 1, but Homestead down 1 after 1. Second quarter, the Bruins cannon it from 3 land. It's Nick Haynes with the 3, and then it's Mr. Pettis himself. Chris Johnson, your thoughts on that defense? Yeah, he wasn't happy. He would like this, though. Grant Simmons throwing out the bow and arrow, and then, though, you're going to see the transition game to Noah Ridley with the layup. This one back and forth, and Norfolk shakes up the SAC with a win over Homestead, 66-64. At Bishop Luers, the Knights had won 6 of their last 8. Fonzo White's team, one of the 4 teams we were talking about, came in tied for the SAC lead. First quarter, Wayne trying to knock him off. That was Jaquan Kaiser with it. But Luers has Jalen Causey, and they don't get out on him, and Causey can shoot it. He had 20 points that would lead Luers. This one knotted in the early going. Now in the second quarter, DeMarcus Hudson, kind of Jordan-esque there. He had 19 points, did Hudson. You're going to see Wayne's Quincy Miles, the dish to Jamari Tab for the deuce, but Luers survives in what was a great night of SAC games, 68-65 over the Generals. Bishop Dwenger almost took down Blackhawk Christian on Tuesday night. The Saints looking to keep up that type of performance against Southside. Trevion Jones says, ain't gonna happen. He had 17 points that would lead the Archers 23-19 in the third as Southside came out of halftime simply on fire. This is the senior, the lefty, Cameron Mitchell. He had 12 points. The Archers getting the layup. It was 27-19. Archers come out on a 15-zip run to start the third quarter. Braden Groves would stop that run with a bucket down low for the Saints, but you're going to see Mr. Jones, who was a matchup problem on the high school level. He would get the bucket here as Southside goes into Dwenger and picks up a key win for the Archers, 53-39. Last stop in the SAC, Northside at Concordia. There's DJ McCall, the former cadet, watching his team. And it's Mr. Braden Pearson with the bucket. He had 21 points. That would lead all of Concordia. And you're going to see more from the men in maroon. Luke Speckard with the 3. And Concordia jumps out to a 6-zip lead in this one. Now, Gary Andrews' team trying to counter, trying to build something so young still. It's Isaiah Moore with the triple. But going the other way, you're going to see Concordia's Isaiah Robinson nail a 3. And Concordia wins at the cage over the Legends, 70-57. In the ACAC, Jay County and Bluffton, a win by the Tigers, and they'd be 5-0 in conference and clinch at least a share of the ACAC regular season title. First quarter, it's Hayden Nern, and Nern's got some skills to burn. He gets the layup and Bluffton up by a pair, and if it's working, why not keep going to it? Hayden Nern, pretty darn good football player, but he can hoop it as well. Bluffton again up by 2 in the first. Jay County trying to counter. Noah Arbuckle dials from long distance to make it a 1-point game. Then it's Ethan Dirksen down low for a 2. But Bluffton, man, all they do is win basketball games. 34-28, the Tigers victorious, clinching a share of the ACAC regular season crown. After back-to-back overtime games, Adams Central trying to catch its win against Heritage. It's Heritage working it, and really the story of the night is Heritage freshman Luke Saylor. Saylor with the bucket. He had 27 points. Not bad for a 9th grader. You're going to see Heritage off the miss, move the ball up the court, and who else are they going to get it to? Well, they're going to get it to Mr. Saylor, and Saylor, yeah, they don't guard him. The freshman nails the 3 again. He had 27 points. You got to love that out of a 9th grader. And then Big Ben Boywall gets the deuce. He had 19 points to lead the Jets, but it's Heritage winning 55-44. To the Eagles' Nest in Churubusco we go. Both Central Noble and Busco fighting for the NECC title. It's going to come down to the final game. Both only one loss in conference coming in first quarter. Oh, that's the first bucket of the game. You can't do much better than that if you're Churubusco. That was Landon Jordan slamming it home, and Busco up 2-zip, and it was that kind of night at the Eagles' Nest. Connor Asesian, great sophomore. He gets the layup there. Central Noble up 2 early. Busco countering and doing it with a 3-point game. That's Hunter Perlick from the outside. You're going to see Sawyer Yoder pump one in for the Cougars, but it's Busco earning a key win in NECC play. 70-61, Eagles victorious. Berry Heights at Fremont, the Panthers ranked 9th in 2A this week, and they're going to show you why. Watch this. This is good basketball right here. Elijah Malone, the big man, little give and go there to Brandon Chrisley. He's normally outside the 3-point arc draining threes, but he'll take the layup there. Fremont countering with Nick Miller in the corner for 3. But just so many options offensively for Prairie Heights and what they do. It's Malone at 6'8", stepping out, knocking down a 15-footer, and then you guard him, you guard Chrisley, you probably leave a guy like, Mikey Perkins open, and he can shoot it. Prairie Heights wins this one going away, 70-27, the final at Fremont. Up in Butler, Eastside hosting Westview. The Warriors ranked 10th in this week's 2A state poll. First quarter action, the Warriors doing it with defense. Lyndon Miller, the steal, the scoop, the score. You gotta love that. Then some good passing. Charlie Yoder to Drew Litweiler to Luke Miller. Westview led 11-zip to start this game. Not what Coach Ryan Abbott wanted. He would like this, though. Gabe Trevino, a little dipsy-do. And then it's Gavin Peppercorn with a turnaround J in the lane. But simply too much. Westview Coach Yoder's got this team playing well. Some more good passing. They're unselfish. Ben Burkett with the bucket. Then you're going to see Brady Yoder knock down a 3 as Westview goes up to Butler and wins it 69-52. Staying in the NECC, Angola and Hamilton. The Hornets came in winners of 3 of their last 4. Second quarter action. Jackson Knapsinger to Tucker Hasselman to Gage King to Bet. They love that in Hornet country as Angola up 21-5 in the second. Third quarter action, Hamilton trying to dip into that lead. Ryan Kuhl to Isaiah Gesselman for the bucket. It's in, but it's a 31-7 lead for Angola. Angola, they can go inside, they can go outside. When they go inside, it's generally this guy, Dyer Ball, the senior, with the bucket to make it 33-7. On the other end, you're going to see Ty Ritter kick it to Alex Thane for the bucket, but Hamilton falls at Angola. Hornets win 60-20. Final stop for boys hoops. Tonight we're talking Warsaw, just a game out of first in the NLC. The Tigers at Northwood. They find Wyatt Amos. He spells his name A-M-I-S-S, but this kid does not miss. He drains the three, and you can bet Doug Ogle likes to see that on the Tiger sidelines. Now Northwood, pretty solid basketball team. That's Trent Edwards with the two, and then you're going to see the Panthers bury the three to end the first quarter. They just do beat the buzzer, does Ben Vincent, and Warsaw suffers a tough loss on the road to Northwood tonight, 56-44, the final for the Tigers. Well, that does it for the fellas, but coming up after the break, it's the last look we're going to get at girls basketball before sectional play tips off next week. We're talking Columbia City, a win away from earning its first ever NE8 title. And then down at the Castle, Norwell also looking for a piece of that NE8 crown. We got both of those games, and in the SAC, Homestead looks to finish off another perfect season of conference play. All that and so much more coming up next in The Zone.
We're the Cheer Eagles, and you're watching the Highlight Zone.
We are the Norwell Knights, and welcome back to the Highlight Zone.
Oh man, it is the fifth season for the Northeast State Conference, and up until tonight, a conference title has eluded the Eagles of Columbia City, but heading into the final Friday of the regular season, Columbia City and Norwell tied for the league lead at 5-1. Now, a win at New Haven and the Eagles would clinch at least a share of the conference crown. Pick it up in the third quarter, it's New Haven kicking it out to Kayla Williams for three. That's a good shot, but the Bulldogs are down 33-14 at that point. Later in the third, Grace Schrader, she answers with a three of her own, and the Eagles now up by 22. Still in the third, Rebecca Marshall, little and one right there. And then in the fourth, you gotta like the defense here. Olivia Shear with the deflection. And I just met you, this is crazy. Here's my number, Carly Maybe. She gets the layup. It's a Northeast State title clinched by Columbia City with a 65-33 win.
It means a lot. It's been our goal for so long, and we're finally there, and we finally got it this year, and it feels great.
It's been around 15 years for our school to get a conference title in girls basketball, and it means everything for our team and our group of seniors who's been together since the fourth grade. We've been working so hard for this, and our whole team, we've just put in the work this season.
Okay, so the big question now is, would Columbia City have to share that title with Norwell? They would if Norwell could beat East Noble tonight at the Castle, as Norwell looking to earn at least a share of that NE8 title for the third time in 5 years. Kaylee Felling, making it look easy, 30-6 Norwell in the second quarter. It's Carly Turner, though, for East Noble, and it's still a 22-point lead. Then it's Carly Turner. The other one was just a two. This is a three. Cuts it to 30-11, but Felling doing it as East Noble falls 66-33. Norwell will share the NE8 title with Columbia City. So who was last year's NE8 champ? Well, you know what? That'd be Belmont. The Squaws in Leo country to face the Lions. Squaws led by 22 at the half. Belmont working hard on offense. It's Morgan Schifferly with the bucket. She led Belmont with 19 points. And then Schifferly, why not? She had the hot hand knocking it down there. Lions still battling. Caitlin Fry working the offensive glass for the ladies in purple, and you know what? They do it again. It's Fry, but simply too much Belmont as Kenzie Felling would get the deuce. She had 12 as Belmont wins this one going away 68-27. Homestead clinched the SAC title last Friday. Spartans trying to finish a perfect 9-0 in conference. Rob Parker and company hosting a pretty good 13-9 Northwood team. Loose ball in the third quarter. That's Jasia Scott with the layup, but Homestead so many options, and it does kind of start in the post with Ayana Patterson, the sophomore, with kind of a baby hook right there. Then it's Riley Parker, the future Mastodon, for three. Spartans up 22. You're going to see Amber Austin get a bucket down low for Homestead as they finish perfect in conference play, 72-37 over the Bruins. Well, Carroll basically locked up second place in the SAC by taking down Southside last Friday. The Chargers closing out the regular season with Snider on their home court. Mark Redding and company ready to go. Aaliyah Williams kicking to Emily Parrott. She chirps home a 3. Carroll up 28-10. Jada Ketney driving in for the Panthers for 2. You're going to see Carroll. Taylor Fordyce to Jasmine Anderson. That's good basketball as Carroll wins it 63-34. Southside and Dwenger, both teams coming off wins. The Archers beat Huntington North on Tuesday night. The Saints beat Leo that same eve. It's Maggie Cheever down low with the layup, but Southside up 26-21 in the second. Still in the second quarter, Molly Ream with a full head of steam. It's in. The lead now at 5, but Southside has quite a bit of talent. J.C. Jones, among the best players in the area, the future Detroit Mercy Titan, nails the 3. Then you're going to see Olivia Smith with the layup as Southside beats Dwenger 50-41. Wayne and Bishop Luers, the Knights with the second best defense in the SAC. They're only giving up 37 points a game. And, well, the offense isn't too bad either. That's Lydia Reinbold with the 2 against Wayne. She had 16 on the game. Shabria O'Quinn, kind of a breakout performance for her this year. 16 points. That would lead the Generals, but you're going to see Kennedy Glenn get a deuce there. She had 11 as Luers wins it by 30, 69-39. At the cage, Concordia and Northside. The Cadets coming off an overtime win against Woodland on Tuesday night. First quarter action, Concordia off on that one, but not off on this one. Grace Headkey with the stick back, and it's an early 3-point lead for the Cadets. Shantice Craig, she is a problem in the middle if you're a defense. That's an and 1. It's a 6-point lead early on. You're going to see Samaya Reed for the Legends can the triple off glass, but Concordia wins this one 61-12 over the Legends. Final stop for hoops. We're talking NECC, Central Noble and Churubusco, and despite losing a ton of talent off last year's team to graduation, the Cougars looking for their 13th win. That would help. It's Casey Hunter with the long 2. Central Noble up 32-29 in the 4th. Mariah Homestead driving and getting the bucket there. It's a 4-point lead, though, for Central Noble in the 4th. Bridget Gray really stepped into her own this season. She nails it, but Central Noble winning it 47-39. We got more Highlight Zone, including your play of the week, coming up after the break.
Don't change the channel. The Lady Lions are back. Stay tuned for more Highlight Zone.
Welcome back. We are the Fremont Eagles.
And we are soaring back into the Highlight Zone.
Let's go!
Okay, so last week he lost the vote on Twitter for Play of the Week. This week we got to give it to him, right? Landon Jordan from Churubusco with a putback. That is the first bucket of the game for Central Noble and Churubusco. It's Busco's Landon Jordan throwing one down. And that was the kind of game it was. It was a thriller up at the Eagles' Nest in front of a great crowd. 70-61, Busco will winner in a key NECC contest, with all apologies to Michael Ely, who had a pretty sweet slam of his own tonight. That is your Highlight Zone Play of the Week. Let's stay on the basketball court. Indiana Tech women riding an 8-game winning streak. The Warriors hosting Miami University Hamilton today. Erica Foy inside for the Warriors for 2. And then, still in the third quarter, it's Erica Foy again with a bucket. How about Rachel Bell? She's known for her passing, had 11 assists in this game. But this time she takes it all by herself. Whew, that was a nice move as Tech wins it, their 9th in a row, 108-55. Finally, Comets with their 6th straight road game. Case in Jacksonville for the second night in a row. Tempers flared yesterday. Got a little worse tonight. This is all anybody's going to really remember about this game. Second period, the goalie Patrick Munson, he comes out, he starts a fight, and it gets out of control. Here's the kind of night it was as you watch this. The Comets had 63 penalty minutes as a team in this one. That's a ton. Jacksonville Icemen, they had 73 penalty minutes in this one. So over 130 penalty minutes combined by these two teams. They do not like each other. And they like each other less after this one, as the Comets fall in overtime by a final of 5-4. Their next game at Kalamazoo next Friday. That does it for this week's Highlight Zone. We'll see you with girls sectional action next Friday here on The Zone.